Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video, another day in the life. Now, today's video will actually be the Q&A that I said I'd do in the last video, but I didn't do because there was a storm and it seemed that some of the footage, well, the audio in the footage corrupted, so I was unable to do it, but it will now be in this video. So the plan is to just do a route as normal. I have had a quick look and we are back in Tamworth. I'll show you the route in just a second. So the plan is to do a route and answer questions at the same time, and of course back in the lovely Amazon Transit. Here is our route for today: 180 stops with 46 multi-locations, making it 241 locations and 286 parcels. And then if I just go onto the map, as you can see, that is our route back in Tamworth for today, which brings me very nicely onto my first question, which is, do I have the same route every single day? So each DSP will have an area that they deliver. There's multiple DSPs and each one will have a set area that they deliver from that depot. So I believe ours used to be around the Leicestershire area and now perhaps it's moved over to the Tamworth area. Now, when we used to deliver it in Leicester, I used to have the same Leicestershire route every single day, which was those new builds, and I just had the same route every single day. Now that we've got this Tamworth area, I still have the exact same route every day, which is just a different route, but it's in Tamworth. Now, your route is set by the DSP, so Amazon will give the DSP all of these routes in that area, and they will then allocate each route to a driver. So if you have the same route every single day, it's your DSP allocating you that, not Amazon. And vice versa, if you're getting like the worst route ever every single day, it's your DSP that's giving you that horrible route. So hope that answers that question. Right, so here we are, all loaded. First bag's just here, last bag's down the corner, and then obviously all the overflows. So starting from here, down to that shelf, down there, and then round to the back door. So, all loaded, ready to go to the first stop. I'm just on my way to the petrol station, not because I need petrol, but because I'm going to grab some food from there, which brings me on to the next question, which is, how does the fuel work? Do I pay for it? Does the company pay for it? Do I pay and then get it reimbursed, or what? So, to put it simply, the company pays for the fuel because that comes included as part of the charge, or that I pay for the rental van. So that includes the van, insurance, fuel and maintenance, obviously. And the way it works is, if I need fuel in the morning before I go into the depot and load, I'll grab the fuel card, and then on the way to the first stop I will fill up the van as well, and then just give the fuel card back at the end. So there's no charge to me, there's no me paying and getting it reimbursed, it just gets charged to the company's fuel card. Alright, so grab some food. Now it's time to head to first stop, which is going to be 31 minutes away. And we're all clear to go. And once again, I do apologise about the squeaky clutch. It's an Amazon van. It is what it is. They're not looked after the best, so hence why there is a squeaky clutch. But anyways, the next question that I'm going to be answering is, if I damage the van, do I lose my job? It's a green light for you, pal, you can go. Anyways, so if I damage the van, do I lose my job? Do I have to pay? Now simply, of course, the vans are insured. If I damage the van, there is an excess that I have to pay, which I believe is £250. And then obviously the rest is taken care by insurance. Now, in terms of if I lose my job, that's just going to depend on the DSP. It's their decision whether they want you as a driver or not. So if you're driving 70 miles an hour, down a 30-mile-an-hour road and you crash into the back of a stationary car, I can pretty much 99% reassure you that your DSP is going to let you go, because that's just dangerous driving. If you have a collision, it's like a 50-50, it's not your fault, it's not the other driver's fault, or it's both, then, you know, accidents happen. I'm sure your DSP is going to keep you on, but each van is fitted with a camera, monitors internal and external, which I'll do a separate video on that, explain all of the things that camera does. So it, you know, you'll quickly find out whose fault it was if you do have an accident, and yeah. Alright, first stop is almost here. Thank you very much. and I believe it should be just around this corner. And to be honest, it's 13 degrees currently. It looks like it's going to rain over there, but I checked the weather and it said it wasn't going to rain, so I guess we'll find out. I don't mind the rain as long as it's not a storm like last week. Honestly, couldn't care less if it rains. These are the best stops, nice and easy, straight through the letterbox. So we have completed 2 bags of parcels, and the next question that I'm going to be answering is, are the vans easy to manoeuvre? You know, did I have any experience? Now the transits especially are so easy to manoeuvre. So they do have a reverse camera and then parking sensors all around. As you can see in this one, if that's picking up on the camera, the parking pilot on this is not working. I think one of the sensors around the back is broken or something. But it does still have front sensors, and I do still have the camera. And also, coming back to manoeuvrability, you've got massive mirrors. So let me just turn that beeping off. Compared to a car, you only get essentially the top mirror and a smaller version, whereas with vans you get the blind spot mirror as well, which I can see in my back wheel in both of them, which makes it dead easy to manoeuvre, because obviously it's such a long vehicle, I need to be able to see the back wheel. And yeah, it's dead easy. In terms of did I have any experience, no. My first time driving a van was with Amazon, but it's not really much different to driving a car, hence why you don't really need an extra license or anything. You can drive a van just on your car license. Now in terms of having like a driving test with Amazon, you'll have your ride along, which is where you do like a route with someone else for your first 2 days, and that person will basically just assess your driving and see if you're any good, and they can of course feed that back to your DSP as well. Right, the next stop is just a few houses down, so I'm just gonna walk rather than drive the van. Why is nobody in today? It's a Saturday. So you'd think that people would be in on the weekend, but no. Right, next up we have a flat and an overflow. So customer not in, and said to leave it behind the bin because there's no way for me to go inside. There's no intercom or like keypad thing for me to enter in myself onto the next stop. Right, next up we have got 7 parcels across 3 locations. It might actually just be 2 houses, but yeah, I believe this man is letting me go just on this main road. Also, if you're ever wondering how you've seen like damage on the top of an Amazon van, it's because they've drove into a speed camera like that. So what I mean is, imagine I've pulled up onto the curb and the top of my van hits the speed camera. So if you're ever wondering how someone's managed to damage the top of an Amazon van, that's how it's been done. And I'm going to stop just here before the zigzag. That should do. Right, so I'll just show you how the back of the van is looking as well. That is the last bag that needs doing. There is 2 overflows left to be delivered. These are obviously all the bags that have already been done. So let me just clear that up. The bag up here on the shelf is returns, which I believe there's 2 parcels in there, which are both age verified. It's alcohol or wine or something like that. So yeah, the customer wasn't in, and then this is the last bag to do. Oh bud. No worries. Nice and easy again, 2 letterboxes. Right, there is 1 parcel left, which is just down here, and then we are done, and I'm gonna go and grab some food, which brings me on to the next question about breaks. So you can take your break whenever you want it. I think there's half an hour calculated into your route for you to have a break. If I'm really hungry, I will have a break, or I will just have my break at the end of the route before I go back to the depot, which is what I'm doing today. And hopefully these guys are in. Take that as a no. However, they have put behind wheelie bin on the instructions, which is sound, and we are now all done, good to go back to the depot. So it's showing as a 40-minute drive back to the depot, but I am gonna go and grab some food first, and then we'll head back. Alright guys, so we are 12 minutes away from the depot, and we are gonna get back at 7:11. So there's a couple more questions that I'm going to answer before the end of today's video. One being, how long do these runs take, / how long does a route take, which I'm going to answer as soon as we get back to the depot, because we'll know exactly what time I get back into my own car, which is essentially when the shift ends, because me parking this van still counts as work. So as soon as I'm into my car, we'll class that as the end of the shift, and we'll see how long it's taken me. Now, the other question that I'm going to be answering is, would I recommend working for Amazon as a delivery driver, and do I enjoy it? Now, of course, this question is extremely subjective, because some people might love it, some people might hate it. Now, to be completely honest with you, I don't enjoy the job. There's a lot of flaws with the job. I mean, I'm sure there is. No job is going to be perfect. However, Amazon could do with a lot of improvements. So I don't enjoy the job. I only do 1 day a week, and that's to basically film content, because what I do enjoy is filming content, editing the video, and, you know, interacting with people online. I do enjoy that aspect of it, and I do also enjoy driving, but the actual delivery role and doing it for Amazon, I do not enjoy, which is why I only do 1 day a week. If it was more enjoyable, then I'd probably do 2 days a week, because I have another full-time job. But yeah, I hope that sort of helps answer your question, whether I like it. Now, whether you're going to enjoy working for Amazon, of course, depends on you, and I hope these videos give you a really good insight into what it's like working for Amazon. Now, obviously, one thing to bear in mind is you've got to be very open to working in all weather types. So if it's extremely hot, if you're sensitive to extremely hot or extremely cold weather, then of course Amazon's probably not the job for you, because we work in extreme heat, we work in extreme cold weather. If it's snowing, icing, heavy rain like you saw last week, it was a storm. If there's ice, people still want their deliveries, and the job doesn't stop. It's I've never known for a delivery to ever get cancelled because of snow or anything like that. So you'll be working in pretty much every single type of weather. You'll be working at night as well, so obviously when we get to winter and the clocks roll back, and it gets dark around about 4 o'clock, your route doesn't end until about 8-9 o'clock, which is like the maximum time you can work up until. And if it's going to take you that long, then of course you're going to be working in the dark. So lots of things to bear in mind. If you hate driving, then again, it's probably not for you, but I can't see why anyone who hates driving would apply for a job like this. But yeah, I enjoy the driving aspect, and I enjoy the making content aspect of it. The delivering aspect and the whole Amazon aspect I dislike. So in a nutshell, I do not enjoy the job. So hopefully I've answered all of the questions that you guys have commented on my videos. Of course, I'm still going to answer how long a route takes and crunch the numbers of that when I get back to the depot. But other than that, I hope I've answered everything. By all means, if you think I've missed something out or there's something else you want to know, please do just drop it in the comments and I will answer it in the next video. But for now, let's get back to the depot.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your way.
Alright, here we are back at the depot. I will now also need to put my high-vis back on and we can return our bags and parcels. Alright, so as you can see, this is the last bag that I have not folded. There's no need for me to call support today or anything like that, because I had no issues delivering. That is done, and then this is the returns. So 2 parcels which are both age verified, and then this is a duplicate parcel. So that's Amazon's fault. It's already delivered and it's coming back. So I'm just going to return these. I need to get my badge as well, wash my hands, and then we're all good. Park up the van and go home. And we'll talk about how long this route took me today. Right, so the parcels are all returned. Let's see what the black box score for today is. It always takes a while to load. Hopefully it's in the green. Above 750 is like the target, but 730, I'm in the green, so that's all good. Which means I'm driving safely. So guys, I'm now back at the depot. I'm just about to park up the van, and then as soon as that is done, I will be answering the question that I'm sure everybody wants to know, which is how long did this route take me? So bear with me, literally 5 seconds. The van will be parked up, and then I can answer the question. Boom, there we go, all parked up. Let's answer the question. So the time currently is 7:30 on the dot. As you can see, I picked up the van and started my route this morning at 11:30. I have had a break. I had a Domino's, which was after my route finished, which was probably like a half an hour break, I'm not too sure. And of course, back to the depot, return the bags and everything, parked up. I can literally just go jump in my car and go home now. And the time is 7:30 on the dot, making my shift 8 hours long. Now, I hope I answered all your questions. Like I say, if there is any questions that I did not answer, please do drop them in the comments of this video and I will do my best